Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Pablo Escobar, and today I'm here with my good friend Mr. Racoon, and we're going to take a look at some of his favourite vehicles. Isn't that right, Mr. Racoon? Soaring Racoon! Okay, well, I suppose I should have expected that. Okay, let's go on inside, shall we? Yes, okay, here we are on inside, my good friend. Sorry, say hello to the people, Mr. Racoon, would you? No, not that. Look the other way, for God's sake. Give them a friendly wave, hello. Right, okay, yes, that's not what I meant at all. Okay, yes, he is a rather violent raccoon, and he told me he was going to behave, but clearly he's not going to. Okay, well, never mind. Let's get on with things, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? This is Mr. Racoon's list of his favourite vehicles, don't you know? And we're starting off here with the Insurgent, ladies and gentlemen, the Insurgent Pickup truck. He's got 7 vehicles that he's decided to showcase for us today, and while they're in no particular order, one should point out this is the largest vehicle. This is the Insurgent Pickup. I asked him why he's selected it, and he says there's no better way to get across the map in armor protection. And you know, I've got to say, I sort of do agree with him, really. You know, really is rather fantastic. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the number 6 now. I suppose that was number 7, and this is the Canis Kamacho. And once again, I asked the blasted raccoon, why on God's earth have you gone and picked this thing, you know? And he laughed at me, laughed in my face, called me a fool, told me it was one of the best off-road vehicles on the game, you know, and so I've got to take his word for it, because I really don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're coming on next now. Yes, he's still insisting it's the finest. Yes, I take your word for it. Yes, I get the point, Mr. Racoon. It's a fine vehicle, I take your word. Okay, next, Mr. We're coming on. Yes, I can see it. It's the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, ladies and gentlemen, and he is rather taken by this, you know. It's really remarking what a fine muscle car it is, you know. And once again, I have to say I do agree with him. You know, I do own the thing myself, and it is a rather fine muscle car. Okay, well, there we go. You know, we're on sort of 6, 5, and so on to number 4, and this is the Bravado Banshee, ladies and gentlemen. Is one of Mr. Racoon's favourite vehicles, you know. Quite frankly, I've been playing online with him quite some time, and I've never seen him pull the wretched thing out, but here it is nonetheless, you know. This is one of his favourites, and I've got to say, you know, I have heard remarkably good things about this car. I don't own it myself, so I can't possibly comment, but Mr. Racoon does hold it in high esteem, you know. Okay, but he does like those drift cars because he is a raccoon, and what can you say about that? Okay, yes, he's really rather impressed with it, as you can see. Okay, and next, ladies and gentlemen, what can we say? He wants to move straight along. He says there's no point in even talking about this. It is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Grotti Itali GTO, and I'm not going to just walk straight past it as he wants, you know. I'm going to give it its full circuit because, after all, it is a fantastic car. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're coming on to sort of number 6, or is it now? We're down to number 2, which is the way we're counting, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peggasi Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen. I ask him why he's picked this particular car, as if I need to, ladies and gentlemen, and that's because it's one of the best priced vehicles on the game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, number 7 or number 1, I can't remember if I was counting up or down, you know. This is the Benefactor Stirling GT, you know. And I gotta say, I am aware Mr. Racoon really is rather taken by the Benefactors, you know. He's got garages full of them, you know, not just one level, but multiple levels. All in grey, you know. He's gone sort of crazy like that, I think. But he does sort of very much hark on about this car. Frequently, ladies and gentlemen, he is rather taken by the Benefactor Stirling GT, you know. Can't say I've driven it myself. Well, I may have driven it, but I can't say I own it myself, so I can't really comment, you know. But he does insist that it's a very fine car for the aesthetic styling and for the driving, you know. And so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are his cars, you know. That's like I say, from the Insurgent to the Camacho and whatnot. And what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go on up to the track. And so the first thing we're going to do is jump on inside the Benefactor, and then we're going to head on to Sandy Shores. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Benefactor Stirling GT, retailing for a price of $975,000, ladies and gentlemen. And when I ask, as I say, when I ask him why he has favoured this car, you know, or why he's put this on his list, he says it's simply because of the aesthetic stylings, you know. He really does like the look of it and its drivability. He likes to slide it around and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put it in a race, ladies and gentlemen. We are to get a car that I think is broadly similar from a broadly similar time period, as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Grotti GT 500, retailing for a price of $785,000. $1,000, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to the $975,000 there for the Stirling. It was my assumption, ladies and gentlemen, that it would actually lose, you know. But even with my absolutely atrocious driving, I absolutely scuppered that corner as down as you saw. Yes, there we go. Okay, so it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, the GT500's got something under the hood after all, you know. Okay, so it has sort of taken down the Stirling there, and okay, well, there we go. Never mind, what a shame, really. But nevertheless, Mr. Racoon is unswayed. He does like that vehicle. Okay, so next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Insurgent Pick Up, and there we go. As you can see, rather fine looking vehicle, retailing for a price of $1,350,000, as you can see. And again, when I asked Mr. Racoon why he preferred this vehicle, you know, when there are so many other ways to travel across the map, he says for its armor and for its machine gun, you know. The Insurgent is very good, very armored, takes sort of 9 rockets and whatnot, but this one's got a gun on top. And so in terms of moving multiple people and laying down firepower, he really does believe there's nothing quite like it. I say, what about the half track, you know, what about the half track? He says, well, how about a race? And I say, okay, then, okay, why not? That's a jolly good idea. And then I regret it absolutely immediately, you know. In fact, so much so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to put this at double time, because otherwise this should take for sorry ever. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the Insurgent really is rather quick. It's certainly much quicker than the half track there, you know. And there we go, so that's what the Insurgent has got going for, you know. It's a very, very armored vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, it takes sort of 9 RPGs or something along those lines. It's very fast, and it's got one of those great big machine guns on top. So yeah, in terms of, as long as you've got somebody else with you, it's a very, very efficient way to move across the map. And speaking of machine guns, I got machine guns too, so we decided we're going to have a little battle here and see who's going to win. Now, it's not particularly fair, ladies and gentlemen. It's a foregone conclusion, to be quite frank with you. The half track may be slower, but it's got a lot more guns, you know. And so there we go. This we decided we're going to give it a go anyway, just for a giggle. And there we go, okay, shooting them away. Yeah, so like I said, really, I gotta say, I do agree with Mr. Racoon on this one. You know, the Insurgent Pick Up really is one of my favourite vehicles when it comes to undertaking heists. I do think heists and getting around the maps and such forth. You know, very, very good vehicle there. And there we go, that's pretty much the end of the Insurgent. Okay, fine vehicle nonetheless, though. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going on to the next one, and it is the Canis Kamacho, as you can see, retailing for a price of $345,000, ladies and gentlemen. And as I say, a rather fine vehicle, as you can see. If you like that sort of thing, personally, Mr. Racoon is rather taken with it. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, when asking him, you know, why, God's earth did this make it onto his top 7 list? He said because the finest, in his opinion, you know, he does sort of like to go about it off-road. He says, in his opinion, the finest off-road vehicle, and you know, not even cheap. Well, I mean, it is very cheap, but that's not one of his reason for purchasing it. And to sort of prove that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put it up against the Helion now. This is the Canis Helion, you know, and as I say, we've got the Kamacho retailing for a price of $345,000. The Canis Helion, another off-road vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for a price of $835,000. And I've absolutely scuppered the corner, but it wouldn't matter either way, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, yes, he's all the Kamacho is all the way off down there in the distance, isn't it? You know. Okay, and so yeah, there we go. He just sort of proved himself to be a rather fine vehicle. Okay then. Yes. Okay, crossing the line just about now. Right here, then, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the next one. The next one up is going to be the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, and you can see there it's retailing for a price of how much is it going for? There we go, $745,000, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and like I say, I've always sort of stated, but I did ask him, you know, why has he put this on the list? And he said, well, you know, he's very much into the muscle cars. I'm quite aware of that. I put it out of my other videos. Can't imagine why he would be. And he likes drifting too, you know, the damn fool. And so there we go, you know, you like muscle cars, you like drifting, well, you're going to like the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, aren't you? It's as simple as that. It's an absolutely fantastic vehicle for those sort of things. And he's made it onto his list, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and put it up against the Vapid-dominated GTX, ladies and gentlemen, retailing at a price of $725,000. You know, out of all the cars that we've tried, these two really are in a very sort of broad, similar price range. You know, both muscle cars, ladies and gentlemen, and both sort of built for sliding. Not that I can pull off such things, you know. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, he's gone right off the track there, ladies and gentlemen. The Bravado Gauntlet, Mr. Racoon there, you know, he's gone sliding off the track. But even so, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to change the fact. Yes, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, you know, is going to absolutely destroy the dominated GTX, and there we go. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to the Bravado Banshee, and this is in fact the Benny's custom, ladies and gentlemen. So it's all done all. You add it all up. It's retailing for a price of $670,000. And it must be said, ladies and gentlemen, pointed out, Mr. Racoon really does have rather frugal taste in cars, you know. Considering most of his cars, you know, under $1 million, you know. So really rather good value for money in the vehicles he's picking, it has to be said, you know. And so there we go. This is the Bravado Gauntlet. Like I say, why on earth is it on his list? I wouldn't make it onto mine. I don't even own the wretched thing. Well, he likes muscle cars and he likes drifting, as I said previously, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. Yes, and so of course, if you like muscle cars, you like drifting. You know, you're gonna go ahead and buy the Bravado Banshee. You know, it's absolutely fantastic for that kind of thing. Something else is very, very good for that kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen, is the Benefactor Stirling. And so that's what we're going to put it up here. We're sort of swapping paint there. The Stirling, retailing for a price of $1,300,000, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, the Gauntlet, they're going for $670,000, and it's beaten me to the line. Okay, so yeah, he really is spending his money rather wisely, isn't it? Be quite frank about these things. Okay, so we're moving on, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming on to the second to the last. This is the Peggasi Zentorno. It's retailing for a price of $725,000, and of course, it's made it onto the list, ladies and gentlemen. Why wouldn't it? It's one of the finest cars on GTA for the money. Okay, then I should point out, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, that is Mr. Racoon driving all of the other vehicles, you know. His name's the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It's called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find it. Why don't you go do that? He has some rather interesting videos on there. Okay, so the Peggasi Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware of it, then you should go out and buy it immediately for $725,000. You really can't go wrong. It's got fantastic acceleration, it's got fantastic handling, and it's got fantastic top-end speed. It can beat pretty much most of the most cars out there, you know. I mean, it's not bulletproof, you understand, but it'll certainly take out this, for example, is its big sister, retailing. This is the Peggasi Reaper that I'm driving, retailing for a price of $1,595,000. It's basically $1.6 million up against a car that's worth $725,000, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, yes, it's absolutely demolished me. So yes, of course, the Zentorno's made it onto this, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic. And speaking of course, ladies and gentlemen, we end up with the Grotti Itali GTO, the most expensive vehicle on Mr. Racoon's list, retailing for a price of $1,965,000 and worth every penny, I can assure you. There's absolutely no need for Mr. Racoon to explain his feelings on this car, ladies and gentlemen. I know them perfectly well. Just like me, he finds it to be easily the most enjoyable car on the game. It's certainly around the track the fastest car, not technically in a straight line, you know, but around the streets and around the track, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to destroy everything, and it's got absolutely terrible handling, which makes it awfully fun to drive. Now, I know a lot of people out there will be saying, no, Mr. Polka Dog, you're absolutely wrong. The Benefactor Kriegers faster than the GTO, but you're absolutely wrong, and you should keep your face shut from now on, in my opinion. We're going to prove to you, ladies and gentlemen, over and over again that the GTO is a better car than the Krieger. Yes, the Krieger has got much better handling. Yes, the Krieger has got better top speed, but for some reason, ladies and gentlemen, the GTO refuses to lose to absolutely everything. As you can see, it sort of came into the back of me there. It should have lost speed, but yes, it still made it to the line beforehand. Okay, but we're not going to put it around once, ladies and gentlemen. We really do wish to drive this point home, you know, for any, which we pointed out, we're absolutely massive fans of the Krieger as well, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the GTO does beat it, you know. Okay, so here we go again, and I also point out, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, basically $2 million for the GTO there, ladies and gentlemen, and the Krieger retailing at a price of $2,875,000. My God, that's nearly $3 million, $1 million more, effectively speaking. And here we go, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, once again the GTO takes it. And again, I know what a lot of you think you're a wretched driver, Mr. Punk Dog. That's simply the problem with this. And I say you're absolutely right. I am a wretched driver, and so we're going to switch over, and we're going to put Mr. Racoon now into the Krieger, and we're going to put myself into the GTO. And if it really is my shocking driving, ladies and gentlemen, then in the faster car with the better handling, the Krieger certainly should take this race. Okay, and there we go. He's keeping up with me better than I kept up with him, you know, but we're going to see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. And okay, putting around that top corner, sort of pulled off a half-decent corner there. Okay, and there we go. He's behind me, ladies and gentlemen, and he's dropping away from me. Okay, so God knows how the physics on this works, ladies and gentlemen, but the GTO Clio does beat the Krieg, and that'll be an end of it. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, there we go. That is Mr. Racoon's top 7 list, you know. Hello, Mr. Racoon, how you doing? And there we go. I gotta say, I'm rather taken with a lot of those vehicles, you know. Okay, so anything else to add, Mr. Racoon? Yes, I should. Sodding hell! Sodding Racoon, yes, I should. Well, okay, well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, thank you for watching.